FIFA 22 is the latest major release on Google Stadia, and it's got the community abuzz due to being such a big and prominent franchise. To make the deal even sweeter, this year the game runs on the next-gen port of the game, as it features the Hypermotion technology to make player movements look very fluid. So today, I'm here to showcase what that looks like. All of the gameplay you see captured in the background is from a Stadia instance with the stream set to 4K. I'll be letting you know all my first-hand impressions of how it plays, but do note I won't be going into too much detail as I'm not too familiar with the franchise and I'm not too big on sports games. In addition to that, I will also showcase just how fast matchmaking queues are, at least in my experience, and I have to say I was pretty damn impressed. But for now, let's focus on the gameplay, and let me begin by saying that it's solid, it feels smooth, and the frame rate is steady. At no point in time did I feel like I was battling with the controllers, it all felt really enjoyable on a consistent 60 FPS experience. I'd even go as far to say that this is probably the best feeling EA Sports title on Stadia so far, and that's saying something because all the other titles were pretty fantastic ports. As a heads up, I did play with both the Stadia controller connected directly to the server, but also with my Xbox controller, and it felt great either way. Controlling the player, passing the ball, and taking some shots all felt incredibly smooth. At no point did I feel like I was getting any sort of misinputs during gameplay. While the gameplay in the background may not correlate with what I just said, trust me, that's just pure lack of skill. And I'll show you some proof of that later in the video. Visually speaking, I also have to say the game looks really damn good. And while I don't think the native resolution is as high as it is on next-gen consoles or a high-end PC, it's important to remember that you're just paying for the game up front here. And despite not being a native 4K game, it looks still damn good on my 4K monitor. And that's mainly thanks to the upscaling solution that's being used by Stadia. Seriously, especially on player close-ups, I'd be very hard-pressed to call this a bad-looking game. I think it actually looks really great. When talking about visuals, there's more to it than just native resolution and graphics. Especially in a sports title like this, animations play a major role, and whatever that Hypermotion technology is doing in the background, I have to say makes the players look a lot more lifelike. But I do want to make a quick observation I had here because I did play FIFA 21 a bit on Stadia. I will say the gameplay also feels a tad bit slower. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, in fact I prefer how it feels in FIFA 22, it just kinda slowed down the pacing, but it also made it feel a lot more realistic. Not just to play, but to watch as well. And once again, this is purely my guess, I do have a feeling that Hypermotion is the reason for this change. Now that we've talked a bit about gameplay and visuals, let's focus on the game modes. The ever popular mode, FIFA Ultimate Team, is here, and since the title is launching day one on Stadia, it's the ideal time to hop right in and enjoy it. Now once again, I'm not too aware of the technicalities and all the intricacies that go in with FIFA Ultimate Team, but I do know one thing is extremely important, and that's matchmaking queues. So let me just show you how quick it can be. This was my experience playing FIFA Ultimate Team this year, a huge improvement over what I experienced with FIFA 21, and even then, that game launched in March way past the time where it was considered new. This has to be the smoothest and quickest matchmaking queue I've ever seen on Google Stadia regardless of the title I'm playing. And it's worth pointing out that this isn't crossplay enabled, so this is purely going off the Stadia user base. Even more astounding is the fact that this is before the game officially launches with the base price, because anyone playing during the time I recorded this actually went out and bought the Ultimate Edition of the game to play a few days early. I went on to get completely destroyed in this game, so Bilo, if you're watching this, hey, congrats. And thanks for the gameplay, so at least now I can showcase what a good FIFA player looks like when playing on Stadia. Now there is one thing I do suggest you do before you start matchmaking on any online game mode, and that's going into settings, then matchmaking settings, and make sure that it's turned to off so you're not just trying to queue up with people locally. It's turned on by default and will extend your matchmaking queue time, and it's not necessary whatsoever if you're playing on Stadia. And that's thanks to playing on a server blade with Google's high-end connections that are linking them all together. Now the other mode I really want to take a look at is Volta Football. It's much more of an arcadey experience, but I have to say I actually really enjoy it. I know it's not played as much as FIFA Ultimate Team, but I have to suggest it if you're a casual FIFA player. I'd more in line put myself in that category, and I really enjoyed the experience there. All in all though, the FIFA port on Stadia does seem really solid. If you want that next-gen FIFA experience without the next-gen price tag that comes along with buying a console, then the Stadia port is actually something worth taking a look at. While I have no doubt that the player base won't be as large as other platforms, it'll probably still be at a healthy number, especially when you consider the fact that even FIFA 21, which launched way later in March on Stadia, still had a player pool to actually play with FIFA 22 being day one, and with the PC port of the game not actually having the next-gen gen experience, I think there might be some players moving over to Stadia. And while I can't tell you whether or not this is an improvement over FIFA 22 in terms of the FIFA franchise, I can say it's one of the better playing games on Stadia. Now, if you have any remaining questions about the game, do let me know down in the comment section below and I'll answer what I can. But if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out. And if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As always, thank you for watching the video. This has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming and VR related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.